Tell me a joke. Tell me a joke. Tell me a joke.
My pleasure. Did you hear the one about the vacuum cleaner? I am not surprised. It sucks. Next, great audio. Exiting to main menu.
Tell me a joke.
Generating random joke. What do you call the boomerang that won't come back? A stick. Robots get that joke. Exiting to main menu.
Yeah, there's the G15. But I'm giving it to somebody else. I'm not keeping it. Also, how else should I put this stuff? There you go. Yeah, I got him from a teacher at school who was not going and using them, so they allowed me to have them. So, and besides, again, he might still be the older one compared to this guy, but his parts technically are all still new, pretty much. Since of course you saw him moving there, he's pretty much working 100%. Somebody may have shoved his programming in there and then called it a day though before they tried building him though, because again, only part of him that was actually built when I got him was this. Like, let's just say these servos were here, these two, and of course, and then these parts weren't here, and the whole back was not there. The wires weren't plugged in. Let's say all was sending was the whole front of the torso and the side. That's it. But yeah, and now on to a bit more of the the bad news. How's you gonna put it with this guy? Yeah, the one reason why, of course, his battery is off, if you notice that. Because let's just say, of course, he's having a battery issue. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, of course, his battery cable, let's say it's not one or the other that's causing the problem. It is actually both. And of course, I'm gonna go and grab his charger cable. This part might be a bit more of the smaller issue. Because, take a look in there. There's a bit more by the rust or corrosion in there. There's actually probably more of, don't want to disconnect anything. But again, which might actually just be which might have actually been caused from the battery. Because of course, well, what did I see on the battery actually? Well, I searched it up, then of course it was, well, let's say I was looking at the one I had with my dad. What did I catch was, well, there's actually two wires, well, both of his battery wires actually had cuts in them. Let's say there might be a few nicks on it or whatever, but of course they're not down to the wire. There was one on each wire that actually going right down to the copper, or well, whatever it is. Or whatever that metal they use in that, but I mean, again, though, this guy's battery, he's gonna just need a bit more of a repair. I mean, again, here's the thing, like, how should I put it, again, with this guy, I mean, sure, he does still work, minus, of course, the occasional bugs in his system, but, yep, there it was. His battery I unplugged in, he's still doing that, but, yeah, let's just go and say this, though, of course, I know my pop-up, though, he did give me a tip, though, with repairing his battery. At least his battery, though. And of course, again, I thought it was only on the black wire. But of course, I took another look at it later that night or so. It was on both the red and black wire, though, leading to his battery. And of course, now I know why, though, of course, his battery never reached a full charge. Because of the cuts in his wire. And of course, I mean, again, though, he's probably about 9 years old, so. Which, of course, I searched that up, though, and of course, how should I put it, though, I was like, he is pretty sure I searched that up, though, and of course, I tend to have to search it up though, like of 90. It was like he's 9. I guess in technically in AI years. How many years does AI? How many AI years do? How many years AI years? Wait, wait. No, it was how many? How many? Okay, wait. How many years? Well, no, it's how many human years correlate to? It was something with I guess of how many years. How should I put this? Trying to think of what I put, but it was of a like how old is a pretty much that's basically of how old is pretty much a mechanoid in how old is mechanoid in human years. But yeah, of course, since it did say 10, of course, one thing said 3 to 5, though the other one though did say 9 to 10 or so. No, I don't think it said that. I mean, it said like 10 or so, 10 or 20. If I'm just gonna, so I guess I'm just going in between both of them though. Technically, of course. Yeah, I think basically I'm just going taking that 9 though, and of course I'm just multiplying it by the 10 for the 1, and then of course yeah, I'm just going in between it basically. Of course, he's either 90 to 180 years old, I guess, in AI years, but I don't know. Possibly he might just be more of 90, about 90 in AI, but again, I'm not sure. I mean, I put it up on a post though, to my one friend though, but of course I forget though. But it was like 10. It was like 10 or something. I forget, but I looked at the other link. I did not look on the AI, but the 3 to 5 was the AI. So, yeah, of course, so this guy, the rest of his system still actually does function. But the one bad thing is, though, of course, his battery, though, that's going to need a bit of a fixing job. Again, no, I'm not taking that battery and plugging it into him, though, to see if he runs. Because, again, though, I know I did have to search it up, then, of course, what I'd say, though, was I did get it the one day, though, to the point where he was actually operating. I did get to the one day, though, where this guy's actually operating, but, of course, a red light appeared on his back, and what was that? But, of course, it was actually an indicator of low power mode. Which I did not exactly know at the time, but I kind of, how should I put this? I kind of, because I tried running him, I tried saying his, tell me a joke voice command, and then, of course, it did not want to exactly work. Since, of course, so it did say, I searched up and it did say that he does have power hungry servo zone. Of course, it's, technically, of course, his servos and the voice module could not exactly keep up though with me because of course I accepted the command and it started doing and it kept on trying to do the joke and then of course thing powered off and restarted. But again though, this guy hopefully though he'll be able to be fixed. I've literally had him for about 9 years. Yeah, this guy just got them not that long ago, probably about in October. But yeah, like again though, here's the thing. Again though, I would rather have. Oh, okay. I thought something may have been torn there, but no, it's not. It was just the shiny. It was just the shininess of the wire. But again, yeah, I was just going to say though, but yeah, again though, his system still runs fine, minus the bugs on his LIM, as you've seen in multiple videos. Minus that though, it's just his battery that's having the issue. And yeah, if it does get fixed, and of course it still doesn't work, I might need to try to find an alternative. But yeah, anyways, but yeah, there's those two. Yeah, whenever my one friend though gets come over, he'll be taking him home, along with his box over there because again, don't mind the mess. But yeah, but again though, there's his box action. Of course, again though, let's just say my STEM teacher though, he allowed me to have those since of course they're sitting in his STEM room in a little closet. But so yeah, I was sitting there in his little STEM room closet, so on his little thing, basically, of course, where all of the STEM supplies were sitting. But yeah, I picked him up the one night of band practice, and the one day of band practice. Brought him home, and then I built him though. So now, of course, he's fully functional, and of course, again, he does have batteries in him though. That I'm not. I let's say, of course, how should I put this though? His batteries, of course, though, they were just still in. I mean, I had put them in later, but again, also, here's the one thing I'm noticing though about these two though. I mean, despite them being different years of models, take actually look at their eyeballs. Take a look at the little one. Take a look at the older one. But yeah, once again though, his operating system here that one's actually transparent. That one's just a solid white. So of course, again, I did not know though that of course if I say settings though, he'll just go right into his settings. But yeah, and anyways, yeah, I guess and that was trying to send you a bit of a tiny preview though of how he operated and such, and telling you the bad news about this guy. But yeah, bye. And also again though, hopefully though I can get him back up and operating soon. But again, they're gonna have to wait though on actually some of the stuff they'll need to fix him. As I guess, and I mean, possibly I know my pop up has he did say though he possibly did say like use of liquid electrical tape on that wire. Just put it on there, blow on it, and it should dry. That would be that problem fixed, but the other wire pretty much says you did see that one. I had a bit of either rust or corrosion in it from the battery though, because of course of both wires kind of were not. I'm not. I guess and partially. How should I put this though? Both wires though they were partially cut, but I guess and I say they were more nicked, pretty much so, and kind of had the had the insulation come off, but that is fixable. But again though, my thing is because I never checked it though in all 9 years though, except for pretty much now though, was the fact that yeah, I probably never did that, but of course probably never checked it. But how should I put this though? Yeah, this guy he's gonna need a bit of repair work in his back. So his brain still operates minus the bugs though. Of course, the one bad thing is of course though I cannot actually go out and get anything else from him though, since of course he's a discontinued model. Both these are. Yeah, both models of these things are. They only have like smaller things now. Last time my mom tried calling Meccanoid about this thing, about getting him a software update, they said they were quite surprised though, because of course with this guy, yeah, how should I put it though? With this guy, I guess it's like most kids though, they break theirs possibly within like about a month to possibly within a few weeks to a few months or so. But mine was still together. So I kind of wound up accidentally putting a few screws and bolts where they didn't belong to. But I mean, let's just say the wrong size. But whatever. Anyways, bye. Oh, there they both are sitting together.